Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike with FormAWin. We have one of our star clients here, Ori. He's been with us for a good bit. He's awesome. We're going to talk about how he got his internship. Let's get into it.
FormAWin for over 4 months
Part
now.
of the FormAWin community for a couple months now.
I just got my first internship.
I just landed my first internship.
Biggest thing I want you guys to do is take one thing away from today and make sure you implement it in your life.
100% directly resulted in me getting an internship offer.
Ori, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Good to have you. I know we've been doing
Thank
this
you,
for a
thank you.
good bit now, and I'm proud of you because you've had some ups, downs, but also some good things, some bad things, but some great things. And you're just a hard worker, man. So I'm excited to get into this. Why don't you just tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they can understand where you're at and maybe see themselves in your shoes. Shoot.
So my name is Ori. I'm currently a junior at the University of Florida studying aerospace engineering. I like to spend my free time playing tennis or taking pictures of the sky. And when it comes to my professional side, I'm a part of two design teams, one of them that builds rockets, one that builds airplanes. And I'm also a part of research where I build robotic fish. And I also devote my time to a religious organization on campus and help out where I can. And yeah, I like airplanes. I like everything that can fly. And that's just pretty much about me
I
in
love it, man.
simplicity.
It's a good little mission statement, right? So then, I say this in a lot of our videos, guys, but for everybody watching, make sure you take one thing out of today and apply it. Because if not, then this is just entertainment, and that's cool. But you can go watch Netflix, like, right? Like, you know what I mean? So just make sure you take one thing out of this, apply it, go change your life, and that's what's most important to me. The pun is superintendent here, FormAWin. So go FormAWin, everybody. So Ori, all right, let's get into the meat of it. You know what I'm saying? So before
Let's do
FormAWin,
it.
what did your career search look like? What were you doing? What wasn't working? Lay it on us.
So before FormAWin, I would just literally apply online to all the internships that looked cool or sounded cool, or the ones that my friends told me. And it's just like aimlessly applying and just hoping for an email back saying, hey, we want to offer you, a meeting, an interview, something like that. But usually it would just go past the AI screening and then it would sit in resume under review for months and then that's literally it. Nothing else.
Yeah, it's tough. A lot of people go through that, right? And I'm sure that like just about 99% of the people watching can probably relate to that. I definitely related to that for a long time. But that's why we started this, right? So thank you for sharing that. And the next thing I want to ask you is what made you actually take the step to join? Was there a specific moment or was it a slow build with joining FormAWin? Shoot.
So I think what led me to join was last summer I applied to 200 internships, probably more, honestly. And I was able to get a few interviews, but wasn't able to really close any of them. So I was like, all right, like I'm clearly doing something right, but I'm just not closing as I should. So then I was referred to you by somebody, and that's just how it all started. And then I just finally learned how to like, get to that next step and close properly.
I love it, man. 1,000%, right? And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad we were get to get through this because I love helping everybody, right? Um, like this is your life, and I take that seriously. Like this is not a joke to me. This is like literally your life, right? Like any
Right.
second of your life is your life, which is another big thing for everybody watching when you're networking, when you're doing this stuff. Every second you spend with somebody, like that's like time out of their life, right? And their life is important, just as important to yours, right? So if we don't make so anyways, like it's been a blessing to just kind of see you develop, do all this stuff and work hard. And I'm glad that you're going to be here for a good bit, man, because that's,
Yeah,
it's great having you in the community. But for what everybody's here for,
likewise.
why don't you tell us all about the internship you just got? Lay it on us. What is it?
So this internship is a manufacturing and process engineering role, and what I'll be doing is building targets for the military, which is what this company does. They build five different types of targets for the military, and they currently have a bunch of contracts, and they have a lot of plans to produce over, I think, 3,000 targets in the next bit. This role is mainly just manufacturing, so going in person, nothing online, like no, just reading real engineering drawings and standing there building things, using lathes, using different machines, things like that. Sounds pretty cool, and I'm very excited to start.
Awesome, man. Congratulations again. Sounds very exciting.
Thank you.
It's first of many, or one of many, because you've also had some other things as well. But
Yeah.
what was the first thing that changed once you were in the program? What clicked for you?
I think the biggest thing that made sense in my head for me is that you have to treat yourself as like a business and you just have to like sell yourself to people. Obviously, like you don't want to exaggerate things and lie about things, but just tactically reassess yourself if that makes sense. Like, okay, you have your resume and all these things, but like at the end of the day, if you don't know how to like grab everything and put it together and sell yourself to recruiters, to other people, even if you're just networking, I think that's like the biggest thing that changed for me that helped me get to where I am today.
hmm And then I'll add one thing for for some viewers that are watching that are only focused on getting experience, and maybe you heard him say that, and you're like, oh well, I don't want to sell myself. I just want to build things. Like to just transcend this into all things that you do, especially when you're on an engineering team. Let's just imagine you're an engineer and you're like working on something. Then you got to go present to some people. I mean, you need to sell what you just did. This is not just like, okay, I did this. Like, no, you need to paint pictures and tell stories. That's also what we call it as far as selling yourself. So we need to paint pictures, tell stories,
Right.
and frame it correctly. Because if we don't frame it correctly, like the number one thing, and most companies don't have this necessarily analytically organized on like the logistics sheet, but the number one drainer of money is communication, right? Communication boils down to how we sell ourselves as well. So for everybody watching, one of the biggest things for you guys to learn is, like you said, to sell yourself. Treat your career like a business is what we coin and what we like to say. But when you sell yourself, you're learning that communication skill that's going to happen and apply now during this interview process, during you getting your first position, whatever it is. But then it's going to level you up to get promoted quicker and then go above and beyond for the rest of your life, right? Very critical. Everybody
Exactly.
takes that and works on that. So thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad that's like one of the biggest things for sure. Now, as far as your job search goes, right? Some that you're big on, which is really cool, is social media, going viral, doing some awesome stuff, especially, and all the stuff is related to engineering as well. So why don't you tell a little bit about that and how that has helped with maybe your search or just anything you want to share about it?
So aside from posting content relating to engineering on Instagram, one thing that I took upon myself was to post on LinkedIn more often. And that includes, for me personally, my schedule is posting at noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it would just be of anything going on. Like, for example, I posted about applying to 200 internships and receiving only one, and how that I took a different approach and started networking more. And that post alone got over 100,000 impressions. And I've had a few other posts reach a few thousand, 10,000, 20,000, 4,000 impressions. And it's all about just me being honest about what's going on. Even if that's just learning a piece of advice from someone that I networked with, or, something cool that I just worked on, or just being real, because I feel like LinkedIn is very big on, people posting, oh, proud to announce XYZ, but like no one's posting raw and, honest content. I think that's what people like to see from, the results. But I just post, it gets people to see it. I've had recruiters reach out to me because of my posts, and it's pretty cool.
I love it. And that's just something that we're big on too, because especially when you're networking everybody, the way the algorithm works as well is when you connect with somebody, I mean, that connection might not be fruitful immediately, which we need to remove the expectations we have that the second we talk with someone, they're going to refer us to something. We need to remove that and build these relationships properly. But aside from that, with the LinkedIn algorithm, when we're posting and we connect with people, we stay at the top of their feed. And if we're at the top of their feed, we're at the top of their mind. If we're at the top of their mind, when the opportunity comes, we're going to be the first to receive it. So that's just a good framework for everybody to follow. So thank you for sharing that as well. All
Right. And also,
yeah, shoot.
if I may add, at first people will judge you and it may seem cringy, but you just have to remember that you're doing it for yourself and you genuinely enjoy it, and you're just being honest and real, and people are gonna hate, and that's just what's gonna motivate you to do more and do better.
Indeed. And then, the other side of that too, it's kind of like that one meme where you see people walking around. It's like they went through something bad, they went through something bad, and it's just everybody walking mine and like just doing their own thing. I mean, yeah, like just like everybody's going through their own stuff anyway. And it's just right, like so, like just take the risk, take the jump, because worst case
Exactly.
scenario, like just like what is worst case scenario? Like there is no worst case scenario. So
Right.
we're worst case you get zero impressions, and that's fine. And then
Yeah.
best case scenario, you change your life. So love it, man. So going back to this internship, why don't you tell us more about the application process, the interview process? Just walk us through how that went.
So I'll start with how I even got about it. Basically, long story short, I had a friend that was giving a viewing to a house here in Gainesville, and also this company is local in Gainesville, and it was four engineers from this company, and this person basically mentioned that they have a friend that's very into, defense and all these things, and I got a connection through that and got their number and messaged them, but then that connection ghosted me. So I went on LinkedIn and found people in this company. I found the lead engineer. I messaged him, connected with him, and long story short, he told me he'll send me an application next few days, sent me the application posting. I applied. We spoke on the phone a few times, like some logistic things like scheduling and all that. And then he told me by the end of the week I'd find out if I get an interview. I got an interview. The interview was great, nothing crazy, very straightforward. Some technical questions, but mostly just behavioral. And he gave me one scenario question too, and it was pretty simple. Like all I did to apply was set email in my resume. It wasn't like an online portal or anything, and the whole process was like 2 weeks. Very simple, very quick, and they were very straightforward with if you're a good like candidate or if there's someone better or if you're not a good fit. And yeah, honestly, I'm very happy with how it went.
I love it, man. And that's how we do it. The pun again is superintendent, form a win. So you form the win. Now, just for some of the viewers here, right? Just imagine someone watching this. Maybe they're on the fence about joining FormAWin. Maybe they're a little skeptical, or maybe they're scared to take the leap. What would you tell them?
I would say that I was also there in the beginning, for sure. I was definitely hesitant at first. Um, but I would say that everything that I've received on my end is in mentorship and guidance has been well above worth what I could even express. I think that the advice that I got that was personalized to me was exactly what I needed to hear, and I didn't even know these things kind of existed. Like, for example, networking more often and messaging people on LinkedIn and not being scared to just talk to them and just selling what I've done better than what I have before. I would say it's okay to hesitate at first. It's a normal thing to do, but for me, it's been worth it. And I mean, now it's led me to a paid internship, which thank God.
Indeed, man. Amen to that, 1,000%. Then the last little fun question I have for you is obviously we have bigger goals and bigger dreams. So curious if you want to share with the audience what's the next mountain to climb for you? What's next in Ori's world?
I would say the next mountain to climb would be hopefully landing a summer internship at a top 10 defense contractor, specifically located around fighter jets, because that's where my and hopefully that turns into a full-time role after I graduate, and who knows from there.
I love it. Awesome. Well, guys, follow along the journey. Go follow him. Stay tuned for more things that we post. This has been awesome. Do you have any last words for the audience?
Um, I would say don't be scared and just do it and just start. I mean, what's the worst case? You are where you were before, but that's not bad. You just gotta start. You just gotta do it.
I love it. All right, everybody, drop one of your top takeaways in the comments. We'll see you next time. Go form a win. Have a great day, everybody.